Are you looking for the best stand mixers? In this video, we will look at some of the 6 best stand mixers on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Aucma 6-speed tilt-head stand mixer. Whether you're baking a classic chocolate chip cookie recipe or an extra large batch of your favorite holiday cookies, having a stand mixer allows you to multitask more easily in the kitchen. While the mixer combines ingredients for a perfectly formed dough, you can prep other recipes, clean your workspace, or keep an eye on cookies already in the oven. The Aucma 6-speed tilt-head stand mixer earned our testers' approval as the best stand mixer for cookies because of its large bowl size, useful accessories, and superior mixing capabilities. During our tests, it took the mixer less than a minute to combine wet and dry ingredients to form a smooth, consistent cookie dough. Since the bowl is 6.5 quarts in size, there's plenty of space for a double batch if you're baking for a crowd. Our testers found that the mixer had no trouble stirring the wet and dry ingredients together without the need to manually scrape the sides of the bowl, making it a truly hands-free operation. In addition to being extremely useful for baking cookies, the mixer also performed well when making whipped cream, forming stiff peaks in the mixture with ease. Keep in mind that this stand mixer had trouble properly combining ingredients on thicker dough types, like bread dough. While the bowl provided plenty of room for bread dough, we found that the dough it created wasn't thoroughly kneaded and required manual kneading afterwards. Number 2. GE Tilt-Head Electric Stand Mixer. Kneading bread dough can be a tiresome task, especially if you're trying to do it by hand. While not every mixer is capable of kneading bread dough effectively, many can become quite loud, shake violently, or overheat when working on dense dough. The best stand mixers will be up to the challenge. Our testers were really impressed by the performance of the GE Tilt-Head Electric Stand Mixer, which performed well on our whipped cream, cookie dough, and bread recipe tests. When mixing the whole wheat bread dough, the GE mixer was the top performer of the day. We used it to mix the dough for 10 minutes, and during that time, the motor didn't become too hot, the machine didn't jolt around on the counter, and it didn't become excessively loud. The resulting dough was slightly sticky but quite elastic and easy to work with. Similarly, this mixer was able to successfully create the perfect whipped cream consistency, and the 5.3-quart die-cast metal bowl is slightly larger than the standard mixing bowl size, meaning there's extra space for large recipes or double batches. The machine also features a slow-starting motor, which avoids sudden splatters when you change mixing speeds. Keep in mind that this machine has a 10-minute automatic shut-off feature, so if you want to stir or knead ingredients longer than that, you'll need to turn the dial back to 0 and restart it. Number 3. Cuisinart 5.5-quart stand mixer. If you like to try a wide variety of recipes in the kitchen, you will likely need a bunch of different attachments to get the most out of your stand mixer. Our testers particularly liked the accessories included with the Cuisinart 5.5-quart stand mixer, saying that this machine is a great choice for an everyday baker who prefers variety. This stand mixer comes with a 5.5-quart stainless steel bowl and a convenient tilt-back head for easy access when adding ingredients. It also includes a dough hook for kneading, a whisk, a flat mixing paddle, and a splash guard to prevent splatters. While many of the other stand mixers we tested included these features, we particularly liked how easy it was to operate and cleaned the attachments on the Cuisinart mixer. Our testers also successfully made oatmeal cookies with this machine, noting that it even scraped ingredients off the sides as it mixed for a perfectly clean bowl. Once the dough started to become firmer, the mixer shook slightly but not enough to raise concerns. If you're planning to use this mixer to make bread, plan to scrape the sides of the bowl as the machine mixes, as it seemed to have trouble combining ingredients on dense dough types during testing. Number 4. KitchenAid Professional Series 600 Bowl Lift Stand Mixer. Since many stand mixers are designed to work on single batch recipes, making food and desserts for a crowd can be a bit of a hassle. It often requires either making the same recipe twice to accommodate more people or owning a separate mixer designed to handle large quantities. However, our testers found that the KitchenAid Professional Series 600 stand mixer expertly balanced the large capacity needed for large recipes while remaining quite effective at mixing smaller batches together. When making whipped cream, cookie dough, and bread, we found that this stand mixer had no trouble forming the perfect consistency for each recipe. The motor didn't overheat, and the machine didn't become loud when kneading the bread dough, making us confident that it would be able to handle dense dough types without issue. We were astounded by how much space the 6-quart bowl offered, yet it had no trouble mixing the single batch recipes we used for our tests. This means you'll be able to use this mixer for small recipes and double batches alike without having to purchase a separate appliance or making the same recipe twice in a row. Keep in mind that securing the mixing bowl into place on this appliance can take a bit of practice. Since it's a bowl lift mixer, our testers had some trouble getting the bowl in place under the mixer head, but this became less of an issue once they got the hang of it. Number 5. KitchenAid Artisan Mini Plus 3.5-quart Tilt Head Stand Mixer. If you lack space in your cupboards or countertop for appliances, you'll likely want to look for a stand mixer that's more compact and easy to transport so you can keep your kitchen from looking cluttered. Our testers fell in love with the 3.5-quart KitchenAid Artisan Mini Plus Tilt Head Stand Mixer, which is perfectly sized for single batch recipes while remaining lightweight and easy to clean. During testing, the small stand mixer aced our tests for whipped cream and cookie dough, incorporating the ingredients just as easily as the larger stand mixers we tested. Our experts noted that the bowl size was perfect for a single batch of cookies, but there wasn't enough space for a bigger batch, should you choose to double the recipe. Since it weighs just 14 pounds, the KitchenAid Artisan Mini Plus stand mixer is much easier to move around your kitchen without exerting too much energy. Its compact dimensions make it easier to slide into a cabinet for out-of-sight storage, but its sleek design and 10 different color options also make it attractive enough to display on your countertop, too. Keep in mind that this mini stand mixer took on a high-pitched whine when mixing dense dough types like bread dough. While this wasn't enough to deter our testers from using or buying the appliance, some shoppers may prefer to purchase a quieter machine. Number 6. Smeg 50's Retro Clean Stand Mixer. After a long day of baking, the last thing you probably want to do is scrub dried gunk out of all the nooks and crannies on your kitchen tools and appliances. The best stand mixers make it easy to not only bake a delicious recipe, but also to tidy up at the end of the day, which is why we chose the Smeg 50's Retro Clean Stand Mixer as the easiest to clean. This 5-quart mixer features a funky retro aesthetic that makes it irresistible to display on your kitchen countertop, but its functional qualities are just as impressive as its appearance. We found that the Smeg stand mixer could easily create a delectable whipped cream with perfectly formed peaks and a gooey yet formable cookie dough in a matter of minutes. Best of all, this mixer's stainless steel bowl and attachments are all dishwasher safe, so you'll be able to give them a quick rinse and pop them in the dishwasher after a long day of baking. The pouring shield also prevented any spills outside the bowl, so there wasn't any dried batter crusted onto the mixer when we went to wipe it down. The Smeg stand mixer had a bit more trouble than other mixers in this price range when it came to kneading bread dough, and the bread required some extra hand kneading afterwards. We'd recommend mainly using the mixer for recipes with less density, like batter, frosting, or cookie dough.